Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Today we're here back with Just Bad Games from Reres. Today's game is called Skate City Heroes. Not sure, I never heard of this game, so I don't know anything going in. So, an unknown game that's on this show. Oh boy. I guess it's one of those games that just disappeared in the annals of history until it comes up here. So let's check it out, shall we? Be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Well, let's go.
Skate City Heroes is a futuristic sci-fi skateboarding game and more! It was created by Zero Scale Game Development and released to the Nintendo Wii in 2008.
Oh, hold on. We're covering another skateboarding game? Didn't we already play one of the worst in the genre? Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5?
I feel like this game's...
Ring a bell?
Oh, my hypnotherapist can vouch. I will never forget Pro Skater 5. But don't worry about Skate City Heroes retreading worn genre space, because, as I mentioned before, today's game offers more than what you'd expect from your standard wheelie plank sports game.
Okay, but how can we be so sure of that?
Because I ran a preliminary background check on today's game and stumbled on developer Zero Scale's old website. Have a look. See? It labels Skate City Heroes a...
skateboard sim meets jump and run? Wow. So it's a game focused on the subtleties of skateboard use and upkeep alongside hopping and running away from the sport completely?
Finally, a game brave enough to recreate that time your parents spent money on a hobby you immediately abandoned.
I don't need karate lessons. I'll teach myself. It's the hill I die on.
That's how Shane died. Let's concentrate on gliding down those hills, shall we? Look, it's Skate City Heroes. Check out that cover. It sure is visible.
I don't think I've seen a group of teenagers more enraged and done with life in a single image.
Maybe they're upset that creators reuse the same skateboard asset multiple times.
Heck, I'm angry the gal in the back is clearly not holding her skate deck at all. Is it floating? Jeez, what else is going on here?
Let's see. We got a backdrop with reverse text.
Hurrah.
A gal with pink head crab hair. Gentleman robot.
Beep, boop, old sport.
And, oh, look, Zoo.
Zoo? Oh crap, I remember Zoo. That's a publisher connected to a Just Bad Rogues gallery of awful titles.
Hey, haven't you heard the saying, never judge a book by its cover, or publisher, or character designs,
or peripheral compatibility?
No, you're right. We can't just stamp this game ungood. We need to experience it firsthand. I'd say it's time to get our bearings and keep on trucking as we drop into another half-pipe full of gross noodle arms.
Time to play Skate City Heroes.
I don't know, because since this is the same publisher that brought us Flat Out, I'm like, you know what? Pass. I feel like we're going for a rough ride, considering, you know, the annals of what this thing is like. And the fact that I even hear of Zero games like this. Hey, caramba. Well, this ain't gonna end well. Well, might as well see how big of a flop this is. Let's find out.
Right. We load up the title, start a new game, and are immediately presented with a helpful hint.
Hint. Game successfully saved.
Cool.
Real helpful.
Onto the character selection screen. We can finally meet the game's rad skaters. We choose from characters like, Jealous? Who comes up with this stuff?
It's like a fake name slip-up you'd nervously give authorities.
Dude, if the next character's Probert, I vote we turn this thing off.
The next character's name is Ching, which is passable, I guess.
Here they are, Jealous and Ching, both incredibly pissed off, both subtly clipping shoes through their boards. These are the only characters you can choose from at the start of Skate City Heroes.
Yep, all other characters are locked behind what
we got,
appear
like,
to
3
be
in the
smelly
cover art.
green orbs.
Look at those stink particles go.
Seems we need to collect medals in-game to crack these suckers open and widen our roster.
But really, who needs more characters? We have Jealous, our dead-eyed ray of sunshine that, on closer inspection, looks strangely out of this world.
Well then, we gotta pick Jealous. Let's learn how to shred. We jump into the game's tutorial. It sends us to a rooftop skate space peppered with elements to practice the illest skate moves.
Speaking of sick skate tricks, we haven't touched the controls, and Jealous is already pulling one off. Look, she's kicking her board forward and going absolutely nowhere.
Whoa! A no-friction bushy halted McWay stay. Excellent!
When we get a grip and finally head over to this glowing beacon, we're prompted to press B to start challenge the hippie.
We meet our personal skate mentor, the hippie, who I just gotta say gives off a very strong scent of...
Jack Rhino Radio!
I mean, come on. It's like he's pulled straight from the series.
Hey, it's a cool style to ape. The hippie offers us different tutorials to plop us on the ramp to skating success.
Like Skate and Break, which teaches us how to move and, not move.
Or jump, which, you guessed it, teaches us how to hop around.
All tutorial lessons here, no matter the simplicity of action, are overly explained and followed by a cutscene of our pal Ching pulling them off. It's overkill. Real slow going.
Eventually, we're taught how to do a rail grind, and this is when we learn the most important lesson of all. Skate City Heroes uses motion controls.
Not such a dummy now, am I?
Sure, we figured we'd be prompted to flick or wobble a Wiimote at some point, but these controls are baked into Skate City Heroes. And not just a little. Motion controls are essential to traversal and progress in this game.
Want to maintain balance on a rail?
Motion control.
Want to link combos together with a manual?
Motion control.
Want to pull off any fancy feet aerial moves at all? That's right.
Motion controls, baby.
The basic boarding and point collecting system in this game plays similar to what you find in the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series. You string together tricks, manuals, and grinds to add multipliers to accumulated points in an attempt to score big.
Attempt being the key word.
Nothing.
Sometimes you'll chain moves and land. Other times,
That.
delete floor.
It's these motion controls.
game
We're
mechanics,
often
right.
unaware of how the Wiimote is being read by the game. We may think we're gonna land into a manual, and don't.
Can we please turn off the
Input
waggle?
lag.
There's gotta be some other
Great.
control setup.
Nope. Motion controls all you get. Why? Because motion controls are vital to the Skate City experience. Part of the game's DNA. You think it's a gimmick tossed in to take advantage of the motion control craze of the late 2000s? Ha! Don't make me laugh my laugh. Motion controls are the only way to
What's all
accurately
this?
input the subtle moves necessary to become a Skate City hero, and you will learn to love them.
Where'd you get the footage you showed just
What the
now?
hell?
What? Oh, this? It's from Skate Attack, a game by the same development team for the PS2 and PAL territories. It released a year before Skate City Heroes. It's got standard controls and features similar content.
I get it. I like what you did there.
Did what?
Anyway, here in North America,
Oh, right. So they re-released it from a European release to input motion controls. Jesus Christ. Like, seriously? Did he even playtest this stuff? I mean, great, more shovelware. I swear, they don't even try to implement, like, better controls. They just, do this and just think it's gonna work. Just nothing. Hey, caramba. Anyone else feel like this is gonna suck? Anyway.
we were stuck flipping and bouncing Jalis by lunging our arms around like lunatics. But if the game's creators were so confident as to hinge gameplay on a person's ability to flick and fling a Wiimote, it's gotta at least work, right?
Well, so far it works sometimes.
do,
At
yep.
best, there's a delayed
This-
response between physical Wiimote movements and what my character actually does.
See?
It's frustrating. When you don't see immediate results, you're naturally going to try the action again,
Spam.
resulting in a move being input multiple times, making your character
Yep,
wipe
wow.
out.
Wow, looks like pulling off tricks is clunky and crazy unreliable. Any other issues so far?
You mean besides the time our grading manual sound persisted through the next section of the tutorial?
Alright.
That
This.
sounds terrible.
What? Or how about the way the characters never emote, open their mouths, or freaking blink at all, ever?
Again, say something.
Makes dialogue kinda awkward.
Yeah? Besides those terrible things you just mentioned, any other problems?
Let's see, we've got stage assets that just let her
No
through
clip.
you. Oh, and combat ain't great.
Wait, the combat? Isn't this supposed to be a skateboard sim?
That's right, because no
Run and
realistic skateboard simulation is complete without a character awkwardly heaving their body at a robot scarecrow before breaking out in b-boy moves.
Word. This is incredible.
But that's not all. If you wrestle the controls just right, you can get some air and lock onto the enemies to dash them out of existence. Similar to the combat in the Sonic Adventure series.
Great, so
Jet
we're
Set Radio
playing
meets
Tony
Sonic?
Hedgehog's Jet Set Adventure. Are we through with the tutorial? I feel about ready to jump and run to a different game.
Sure,
Yeah,
we just
me
have to wrap
too.
a couple things. Okay,
That
there. I
makes
think
sense.
we're finally done.
How many tutorial missions was that?
Let's see, looks like 13.
13? Holy crap! Thanks to the heaps of droning text, it feels like I've already forgotten 12 of them.
Well, guess it's time to see what's stuck. We're
Bye,
heading
Evie.
to the first part of the actual game, a level called Old Downtown.
But before we're set loose to ollie everything in sight, we've got the game's opening cutscene.
Guess this must be Old Downtown. Ching and Jalis are making the place their playground. They're catching massive air, grinding slopes, busting plenty of moves.
And wiping out.
Faces.
Yeah, we need to see that
That ain't
again.
good.
Not often an intro showcases how awesome a protagonist is, only to have them grate their foreheads off a second later.
Oh, looks like something's happening over at the Triple Kings Casino.
There's a Sparkle Sparkle.
Ching's gross frown.
And the building's evil mascot is free because.
Well,
Reasons.
they don't say.
But we can make something up.
Loitering.
Yes, because loitering.
The freshly awoken bad guy introduces himself as Virus. This Monopoly Man cosplay is bent on playing a twisted game. Who does he pick to take part in his nefarious plans?
Jalis and Ching. He engulfs Ching in an energy bubble that is clearly very painful. As you can tell by the look on his face, which is, well, yeah, they still couldn't bother emoting anyone in this game. But Ching is very uncomfortable right now, I assure you.
This catches Jalis by surprise, which honestly shouldn't be surprising at all because you can see she was close by and
right
facing
there.
the action in the last shot. But surprised she is, displaying a person's natural surprised posture and movements.
Oh no! Virus snags Jalis. He tells her that in order to save Ching, she's gonna have to prove how cool a skater she really is. No problem.
The robotic brute materializes 3 little versions of himself that he calls referees. They're tasked with putting Jalis's
They're the
skateboarding
challenges you have to
skills to
play.
the test. She must clear their challenges to piece together 3 parts of a giant game medal. Virus out.
We're immediately plopped in front of our first referee who doesn't seem impressed with Jalis's old push forward, go nowhere
And the idle
routine.
stuff. Huh.
Whoa, a steezy negative butt thrust no-go nothing roll? All right.
We could start our first challenge, but maybe we should check out Old Downtown, you know, see what's happening.
So, what's happening?
NPCs are all kinds
That?
of broke.
Hey! What the heck?
Seem to be barely clinging to reality.
What's happening?
physics.
Amazingly janky character animations.
How is she not falling backwards?
Come on.
What's happening? Traffic! Traffic's happening.
What's happening? Old Downtown just can't contain Jalis.
And no.
Oh,
Great.
so, a lot of problems here, huh?
Yeah, and that's just what we found free roaming for a couple of minutes. Anywho, maybe we should go back to that first referee and see what we have in terms of actual challenge missions.
Looks like our first mission is all about catching
Dragonflies.
dragonflies. We're locked into a
they
small
call it.
section of the map and need to snap up all the bugs. If we try to leave,
Despite the game's iffy controls, we don't have to do any actual tricks here. So this mission is a cakewalk. See, we scored 3 out of 3 mini medals. Get these medals based on how well you complete a mission. Get enough and you'll unlock new moves or new skaters, like we showed you at the character select screen.
Look at those stink particles go.
post Insect Hunt, the game feeds us a slew of simple tasks. We bust out grinds to snuff out fires, balance lengthy
Or
manuals to
different
keep a temperature gauge down, and later follow another skater a few meters to accomplish a challenge. Feels like these tasks would have been better housed within the tutorial from earlier.
We're eventually offered missions with a little more substance. Unfortunately, their theming has us really scratching our heads.
There's a mission where we help Virus and his crew deliver packages to his casino. When we finish, we're attacked by Virus's own underlings for trying to help. How does that make sense?
Then there's a mission where we're told by the referee to tear down propaganda posters featuring Virus around town.
So, what exactly is going on here? Because I don't know if we're helping Virus or if we're against him. Heck, all these challenges are coming from Virus's own referees, so you'd assume we'd always be doing something beneficial for the big fancy robot leader, right?
Right. We'd love to continue working through the stupidity gymnastics of whether or not we're helping Ching's kidnappers, but we're completely blindsided by what happens next.
We're approached by our jet set mentor from the tutorial, the hippie. He has a brand new gadget to help us get through challenges, the laser.
A laser? Fantastic! Maybe now we can incinerate enemies from a distance instead of having to fling Jalis headfirst into danger.
Good instinct with the whole shooting enemies thing, yeah, but that's
Why?
not what the laser does in Skate City Heroes.
The laser enables you to fly? How does that make any sense?
They don't explain how this new ability does what it does, but here's the kicker. It doesn't really enable you to fly either. Not directly, at least.
You're kidding.
Nope. The laser ability allows the player to target vehicles nearby with the Wiimote. Once targeted, you press A to zip through the air onto what you selected. You're not so much flying as you are flinging your character to the top of vehicles around you. The mechanic feels reminiscent of how you commandeer vehicles in games like Pursuit Force.
Let's tally this up. Skate City Heroes takes artistic cues from Jet Grind Radio, has boarding and scoring mechanics like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, layers on Sonic Adventure's dash-centric combat, and has a vehicle traversal system similar to the non-stop action PSP exclusive Pursuit Force.
Jumps on me like steak on toast.
That's right.
How is this not a better game?
Because all these elements, the visuals, the mechanics, the very way you manipulate the character in game space, none of these things come close to the level of polish in the games you listed. Every component is degrees worse than what's being imitated.
Even the vehicle riding?
Absolutely! I mean, look, at first everything's fine. You can quickly hop from car to car without issue, complete the basic tutorial mission, whatever, cool. So, later, we get another laser-centric challenge called Drone Ride, and, Drone Ride, well, give it a shot.
Sure. Okay. Looks like we need to use our laser to hop onto drones and steer them into a van using the Wiimote. Simple enough. Here goes. Oh gosh. Jeez. Come on. These controls. No!
How's that motion-based gliding feel?
Just let me try it again.
How's it feel, Shane?
I'm trying to concentrate, man.
How's the gliding, Shane?
How's the gliding?
It sucked!
Jeez, I can tell. I don't even have to play it. Good lord, do you think with so many implementations, like Sonic's Dash, the point system on Tony Hawk, this, really? Again, the shovelware, you gotta feel bad for like rip-off third-party Wii U game you get, because frankly, you can get some good stuff, but more often than not, you get trash like this, because people didn't give a crap. Poor them. And poor games, because they got shafted, literally, in these cases. Yeesh. Anyway.
It sucks, okay? It's so freaking... Getting these stupid saucers to fly with any precision is like pulling teeth!
Meanwhile, we're beginning to learn that our laser ability has its own stupid quirks. It often tries to yank our character unsuccessful through solid objects.
It takes us way too long to finish this one theoretically simple challenge.
But eventually, we do.
There we go.
Great. Was it
that
luck?
SpongeBob
Did we
guy?
learn some kind of jank compensation skill? Can't be sure. But we do know one thing.
The vehicle we were pelting with explosive saucers for the mission was our mentor's van. Yeah,
Why?
great way to say thanks to the hippie, Jalis.
Come on.
You freaking maniac.
We continue to work through weird, mechanically messy challenges while the game struggles to remain playable.
Yeah, we're stuck. Me.
When we complete a series of referee missions, we get a piece of that giant game medal from the intro.
And lose a piece of our humanity.
Because soon we're shrugging through missions in which we send drones careening into civilian traffic.
Why?
Our consciences blinded by the game's untamable Wiimote requirements.
Seriously, look at this. This is a motion-controlled racing mission where our character's tethered to the hippie's van.
Whee!
If you lose motion control stability even for a second, that's it. Buddy, you lose.
And if that fail state don't sting, traffic pop-in will.
Eventually, after completely
right in front of
necessary challenges like collect Virus's 10 lost credit cards, we have a boss battle. It's against a giant jet called Big Ranger. In order to defeat Big Ranger, you need to battle regular enemies until you have an opening to attack it. Then, regular enemies respawn. Big Ranger changes positions, and you do the same thing until you win.
It's a simple battle that, like everything else in the game, is dragged out due to Skate City Heroes' miserable controls. And no, we're not just talking Wiimote wave around.
It's having a traditional 3D platform-style boss in a skateboarding game that doesn't smoothly allow navigation of 3D space. Because your character's on a board, they're almost always stuck moving around, with little ability to maneuver on the fly. You'll hop around, snapping wildly into manuals and grinds as you frustratingly fight to orient with the thing you need to fight. Precision attacks suck. Plain and simple.
Taking out Big Ranger wraps another round of referee challenges, giving us another chunk of that giant game medal Virus wants us to complete. Just one more to go.
Working through the second referee's missions, we finally gained enough mini medals to unlock a new character. Let's see who we got.
Zoe?
Zoe.
Looks more like a Pashley if you ask me.
Oh,
Wait, what?
hey, I just noticed. We can't play as Ching anymore. His character's locked away. I guess that makes sense. He was kidnapped by Virus after all.
Huh, seems characters have different skating stats. Let's see how Zoe plays for a little while.
Sure, back to old downtown where we're prompted by some kind of camera bot to bust a few moves in order to finish yet another challenge.
Now, as unintuitive and unreliable as motion-triggered tricks are in this game, one thing is done right. When you need to perform a specific move, the game almost always gives you a visual prompt. Not easy to see in motion or instantly readable, but at least we don't need to memorize button and Wiimote combos for every move. What's next?
Looks like we have another challenge mission over here with,
Ching?
what?
Ching? Dude, how are you here? Did you escape Virus? You were shrunk and shoved into a freaking top hat, man!
Have you ever tried a wall ride jump to jump over a wall? Skate towards a wall, hold B and press A twice. Let's go.
Good Norris, huh?
Ching, pal, you're no longer held against your will by Robo Mr. Peanut over there. Wall rides are lower on the priority list. Let's get out of here.
Okay, wall ride jumps are also useful to get more height grind line. Try this.
Really?
Are you okay? You don't seem to be processing the gravity of this situation, Ching.
You've convinced me of your talents. From now on, I'll try to support you whenever I can.
Ching? What
Where'd
happened?
he go?
Don't go! You're free! The game can end!
The game can end.
Crap. What's going on? Oh, maybe he's unlocked in the character select now. Let's check.
Nope.
Wait,
Still can.
what?
No.
You're telling me Ching broke free, clawed out of Virus's hat, hung out in the streets to feed us a tutorial,
Have you ever tried a wall ride jump to jump over a wall?
returned to Virus, climbed back into his hat, and is now sitting in some kind of headwear void waiting to be rescued?
Come on.
You were free, Ching! You were free!
I mean, it's that, or the minds behind Skate City Heroes didn't really think this one through.
I like my explanation better.
We shake off the cameo dumb bomb and get back to work. Just a few more challenge missions and we get that last piece of Virus's big game medal, right? Hopefully then we can end this and get the heck out of old downtown.
That means more quests, like this one, where we had to collect 3 lucky 7 symbols without breaking our combo.
Like that?
Not easy when the game barely picks up our angled Wiimote positioning to enter a manual.
So?
Even when we do manage to start a manual, it's very easy to tip over while properly positioning your character to collect the next symbol.
Eventually, all the wipeouts pay off and the game throws us into another boss battle, this time with something called the Big Spider Drone. To take this thing out, we need to expose and attack weak spots on each of its 4 legs.
Doesn't sound so bad.
You expose the weak spots by flying drones into each leg.
The drones that handle like a limp butterfly in a hurricane?
Yeah.
Criminy.
Look how bad it is. So bad. Really aim right. Right too.
It took a while, but that's it. Third referee's challenges finished.
The big game medal is now complete. What does Mr. Virus think of all this?
You've collected all the metal parts. You surprise me. Perhaps you're not as puny as you look. I still have your buddy, though. You won't see him again for a long time. Yet. Ready to advance to the next level?
Next level? Haven't we been through enough already?
Guess he doesn't think so. Virus says we're heading to some area called Skate Arena.
Okay, I guess. Here we are. Level 2 of a game we wish didn't have a level 1.
And it's just a dinky indoor skate park. I mean, the level's called Skate Arena, so base expectations met. But it's a bit of a downer. We go from a large, futuristic area filled with color, life, and interactables to this, a dull, colored, confined skate park that could have been ripped from any early extreme sports title.
Yeah, and the missions we're given don't make the place any more palatable. It repeats a lot of challenges we've already done, this time with the difficulty amped up. Lots of wipeouts, not a lot of entertainment.
Honestly, the most fun we've had here is when Jalis locked into a cycle, rapidly bashing her face into a wall.
Get out of here.
This about sums up our experiences with Skate City Heroes.
Fortunately, Virus has unleashed only one referee to appease here. We're able to complete their challenges by continuously hurling poor Jalis around the place until they tell us to stop.
Yeah, he ain't kidding. We figured out a signature strategy in the skate arena, a way to beat any mission focused on accumulating trick points. Simply aim the Wiimote down, spam the jump button, and...
You have yourself a manual combo that perpetually multiplies. You earn tons of points while your skater bops around like a rube.
What do you get when you complete challenges here? If you guessed another level, you're correct. Virus advances us to the next section, Waste Factory.
Waste Factory? That doesn't mean what I think it means, does it?
If you're thinking it's an area with machines, piping, and an industrial backdrop, then yes, it's exactly what you think it means.
Oh, great.
Also, there's vats of steamy yellow liquid.
Look at those stink particles go. Oh, great.
The Waste Factory is a step up from our last area. It's much larger, more interesting to explore, and feels like a bustling, busy space. Oh, look, we even get more NPCs.
Honestly, these folks never get old.
Once again, Virus releases 3 referees into the area, meaning we've got plenty to do.
Thankfully, we've got completely new and original mission objectives, like this. Catch all the fireflies.
Wait, aren't those the exact same insect models we caught in the first mission in Old Downtown?
No, those were dragonflies. These are fireflies.
No, those are the same
Jeez, buddy.
models.
It's a good thing I'm around to point these things out to you.
The Waste Factory does actually introduce new assets, though, like cargo drones, floating units with explosive barrels.
Like previous drones, you can use your laser ability to lock onto these and hop aboard for a ride. There are even challenge missions where you need to override their controls and aim their descent via Wiimote.
We try not to cuss so much nowadays.
Later, we meet up with our old mentor, the hippie, who needs some help cleaning up air mines that are hovering dangerously in the Waste Factory vicinity.
That means it's time for another mission where we're hauled through the air behind his hover van. This time, we give his ride a manual boost with the B button, a gameplay adjustment that doesn't make this job any easier.
We don't know why, but the motion controls in these segments are implemented in a way that makes them feel like they're always teetering between insane sensitivity and complete unresponsiveness.
Like so.
It's jaw-droppingly bad.
Doesn't seem like it should be this hard to have your character make contact with a few slow-moving objects, but look at this. We're whipping around without a moment's notice and being smeared all over the place. It's a chore just stabilizing yourself.
Later on, we complete a mission that introduces us to another new ability called Power Attack, a move fueled by blue item pickups. This new offensive ability sends our character careening through the air in an unstoppable straight line.
We also unlock a new character. Her name's Joy. Yep, has a face that just screams happiness. Back at the waste factory, we have a challenge mission focused on draining those canals of that steamy yellow liquid we mentioned before.
Trying to think of how to get urine in there in a way. You're in for a challenge. How exactly are we supposed to do that?
By landing explosive cargo drones on precise targets in every pool.
Oh no. With these motion controls?
Yeah.
This is gonna suck. Jesus Christ. 47 minutes. Jesus Christ.
Is that pee-pee?
Put it simply, we were more than ready to move on to the next level of this game long before we completed most missions in the waste factory.
If the controls aren't a nightmare and the game isn't glitching out,
Like so. What the hell?
Then you're left with nauseatingly repetitious goals like
race to location in set amount of time.
or collect thematically baffling items.
Or attack thing to attack other thing.
Or bust out your best skate moves in a massive combo that
displays your clear passion and reverence for such an awesome skateboarding video game released on Nintendo's Wii game console. Yeah!
All that yawn-inducing busy work out of the way, and you get to meet the game's third boss.
which is suitingly your second quadrupedal boss encounter. Boy, this game loves doing the same stuff again and again, doesn't it?
We have no idea what this four-pronged beast is called, but we do get one gleaming nugget of information.
Hi there. I'm not sure this will help, but I've heard this monster has sensitive feet.
Whoa. This encounter boils down to what is basically a reverse version of the boss fight from Old Downtown. Blast the enemy's feet with a regular dash attack to expose its weak points. Then, hop on a drone and pray the motion control gods let you jerkily crash it into its sensitive hooves.
Simple concept, simply frustrating to execute.
Yep.
You've seen the cargo drones. You know these things move with the dexterity of an intoxicated jellyfish.
Now make the points you need to hit constantly move, add explosive mine attacks, and pack on homing rockets that preemptively take out your ride.
Not a good time.
Eventually, you will beat it, because something something infinite monkeys at infinite typewriters something something.
Yeah, basically. Keep at it. You'll get it.
Hooray! Time for Virus to fling our exhausted skate person into the next world.
Welcome to The Base, a skateboard accessible research lab in the middle of an ocean, probably.
Look, you know how this works. Virus is here, a referee is here. The ref challenges us to the same tasks we've repeated.
Well, almost. There is this completely new mission where we need to catch water flies.
Really?
Dude, we already...
Yep.
And then we...
3 times.
Listen, I got a question.
Sure.
If I say this is a picture of a cat,
Yup.
and this is a picture of a dog,
Right?
then what is this a picture of?
Hippo?
The base has a glaring feature that makes it the
can't
most
tell if it's
treacherous
doing
course
this on
we've
purpose or not.
played to this point.
Yep, namely all the wet blue stuff everywhere. Because even though we've become more accustomed to the basic controls and know what to expect from referee challenges, the hostile nature of this open space, it ain't no joke.
Just like,
Just
hang on,
about
I got
every mission has you skating, grinding, and, oh
Or-
boy, gliding over every inch of the place.
So yeah, this is probably the most difficult level in Skate City Heroes. But you know, in its own special way, we'd also say it's the most rewarding. I mean, it's the only level with a broken aircraft asset that does this.
Guess you can practice the tricks now.
Folks say that when you pick up a seashell and hold it to your ear, you can still hear her combo multiplier going to this very day.
As per usual, when you beat the myriad of challenges at the base, Virus floats in to segue your character to the next torturous zone.
We have a suspicion they may have rushed the last bit of Virus's dialogue here.
Now you want to progress to the last level? You are really hell-bent on free your buddy next? Ha ha ha. But the last level you want handle?
Oh, that was really bad.
Yeah, that's awful. Okay, and the name of the last level we want handle? Rooftops.
Here it is. Welcome to the final zone in Skate City Heroes, the upper reaches of a futuristic city.
We're not gonna lie, this is a pretty cool location for the last part of the game. Lots of creative structures here with grind rails and swarms of hover cars to help you get around.
While we had issues with the base's open concept design leading to plenty of watery plunges, this open space offers more ways to avoid tumbles into oblivion. Though, trust us, it still happens.
But whatever, the game's clearly given us its most interesting level in Rooftops. Cool. So does that mean it offers better challenge missions?
Nope, not really. It's mostly the staple go here, collect those, dash into that shtick. But that's not to say we didn't have some standout experiences playing them.
Like when an NPC showed us how to skate down the side of a building. We tried it ourselves, immediately and shamefully failing the maneuver. But the game counted the challenge as complete anyway. Thanks, we'll take it.
Or the time we were in a tense combat mission on a shielded rooftop and dashed to our next foe only to get pinned between the building and an impenetrable electric barrier.
How are we not dead? We just destroyed the earth.
Yeah, it really just kept going. Probably stings.
Of course, they also included more motion-controlled vehicle sequences in this level. Yay.
Here's a one-on-one race where you need to go through rings while picking up items to fuel your nitro boost. Doing this solo at your own pace would already be a pain from the broken motion-based inputs. But you're not solo. You have a competitor with near-perfect flight skills. Better believe we restarted this mission a lot.
Which brings us to something we can actually laud in Skate City Heroes, how it handles restarting challenges. See, at any moment you can pause the game, select Restart Challenge, and you'll start it again seamlessly.
Yup, a quick reset on that mission you've already restarted 136 times. Maybe the controls will fail in your favor for once?
It was real helpful when we had to take out this giant blue robo-boss here. You have to deal with a handful of henchman bots at first, no problem with your lock-on dash, but then comes the hard part.
A sequence of jumps we really struggled with. Good luck navigating all these obstacles to reach that boss spot at the end.
You need to precisely land your border while grinding and ricocheting off different objects. You can always see what's coming next, so you're aware of what you need to do, but it's hard to judge where your character is in 3D space. You don't have a shadow telegraphing your landing point. A big no-no in proper 3D platforming.
To make matters worse, sometimes jumping and ricocheting off objects simply doesn't work the way it needs to. Look at this. Time to restart again.
When we do get to the flying robot boss and bash it with a power attack. When we do manage to hit. Dang it. When we do manage to make contact with the freaking boss.
Thank you.
We need to confront it twice more in different locations.
Which are both, thankfully, much easier to get through. In no time at all, we have it running away with its tail between its legs.
Mission accomplished! And with that, we've completed the last giant medal in the whole game.
About time for a final confrontation with that Scrooge McDuck-looking Ching-napper virus.
Yeah, I can only imagine what the game's final boss has in store for us with all his wild powers. Let me guess, we duke it out at the casino, right? The one he freed himself from in the beginning?
Or he just leaves. But
Whoa. Wait a minute.
No, is this it?
There.
Are we done?
It can't be.
Shaq.
Look, I don't love this game, but you can't end it that way. We didn't defeat the villain.
There wasn't even a lousy freeze frame of Ching reuniting with his friends.
Nothing. We just got this.
Oh, really? That's how you want to wrap a narrative? The game equivalent of an irritated parent rushing a bedtime story?
Bye.
Fine, if that's the sentiment, we'll rush 2. Skate City Heroes is a game whose few good qualities and interesting ideas are overshadowed by a generous dogpile of undercooked mechanics and general jank.
A combat system as adventurous and deep as a kiddie pool.
A jet set look marred by grindingly weird animations, broken NPCs, and static expressions.
A laser traversal tool that forces you into surroundings in pursuit of vehicle navigation that'll make you tuck and roll.
All this layered over passable pro skater move and combo systems that bail under the weight of the game's gimmicky, unreliable motion control scheme.
It's skateboarding sim meets jump and run meets run and hide.
If you must, absolutely must, experience this game, do yourself a favor. Get the PAL version on the PS2 or PSP, because the Wii version, this right here,
Come on.
Skate City Heroes,
It's just bad.
Jeez. I'll be real, this looked like it could work, but they didn't even try. Like, come on. Did you even... I'm just looking at this and like, there was a good game in this and that. They fucked it up. I mean, it was better. It was done in better games in the past, but nope. They just had to shovel it all into the Wii. Great job, you idiots. You just fucked it up. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Till next time, go watch something else. See ya.